All right, so welcome to our monthly gathering, and I'm happy to have you guys here. And we're going to do our very first live on YouTube. Yay! I have more people than just the ones you see. Everybody else didn't want to be on camera. All right. So the only thing about people listening on the live is that the music, if I put on any music, they won't be able to hear it. So anybody who wants to put music on that's listening on YouTube, well, you got to provide your own music because I don't want to infringe on any copyright laws. So every month we have a gathering, and it is to offer spiritual community for those of us who don't fit into a traditional box, spirituality. And the only rule is love. So everybody's welcome. And we are going to begin by opening up the altar. And then we're going to do a meditation and just allow Spirit to bring forth anything that Spirit wants to say. I won't be doing any individual messages, I don't think, while we're live. I think it's just going to be the meditation part. But who knows? Spirit never tells me what I'm doing until it happens. So if you all would stand up. Welcome. And we're going to face north. So let's just take a moment to breathe in into your heart space, breathing in the frequency of love. As we face north, we're facing the place of wisdom. I always start with the direction of north because that's where all my ancestors are from. So I'm honoring my particular blood ancestors, but it's also good to start with the place of wisdom. We start with wisdom and we end with wisdom when we are making the circle around the circle of life and creating an energetic circle around us. And so just imagine that all the angels, beings of light, benevolent helpers are starting to fill in around us, a great big wall of bright light, of love. And in the north, the place of wisdom, we call in all of the spirits that would like to come in, benevolent helpers, angels, guides, loving ancestors that come in from the north. We welcome you. We thank you for that wisdom. We thank you for the element of earth that is in the place of wisdom. It helps to ground us. It helps to give us perspective as we make our way around the wheel of life. This is the starting place and the ending place. We thank you for your power and your presence. We welcome any wisdom that would come through. We ask that all the benevolent helpers, the angels, the guides, if you would like to speak to the group, to use my voice, to speak words of life to anyone who has need of what needs to be said today. Thank you for the joining of our hearts and lives and for the bringing forth of wisdom for this time. Thank you. Oh, now we're going to shift to the east. Breathing in the energy of love, breathing it out into your body. Welcome, Spirit of the East. We thank you for this day. We thank you for a day of new beginnings. Depending on when anyone might watch this video, but today specifically is January 11th, 2026, and it is a one month in a 1 year and an 11 days. So we have all these ones. It's a portal to a new frequency. We thank you for this 1111 energy, which is 1111, which is the energy of walking from one world into the next and walking from one way of life into the next expression of life. And in January, we always look to the following year for new things to come into our lives. And this is very specific to the energy of the East, the energy of new beginnings. So, Spirit of the East, we welcome you. We welcome the angels and the guides, the beings of light that would like to fill in the east. We thank you for the element of air. We ask that the air and the wind of spirit blow into this room and into the rooms of everyone who may listen to this later or be watching it remotely. We thank you for the wind of spirit. We thank you for new beginnings blowing into our lives as a collective force of humanity, and also onto our lives on planet Earth and into our individual lives as we stand on Mother Earth, wherever it is we're standing. Thank you for the energy of moving from one way of living our lives to another. We welcome in these new beginnings. Thank you. Oh. And now we're going to shift to the south. Take a deep breath. Breathe in the energy of the south. Breathe in divine love. Oh, Spirit of the South, please come. We welcome you. We welcome the energy of change and growth and movement, the element of fire. As the beings of light, the angels, begin to continue to create the circle of light around us, we ask that our lives be forever changed. As we come in contact with the spirit of the fire of spirit, as that ignition is ignited within us, nothing is ever the same afterwards. We are opening ourselves up to the changes that are coming, that are being birthed inside of us now, and which will create great changes in the coming year and in our lives personally, individually, collectively, and as the family of humanity that currently exists on planet Earth. Help us to be beacons of light. Help us to shine the light of our souls out so that many more can join us, so that the light can shine in the darkness. Thank you for helping each one of us to be a presence of light in a dark world. Thank you. Oh, now let's shift to the west. Take a moment and breathe in the energy of the west. When I say ho, that's a Native American greeting for welcome. So we say welcome, welcome. Spirit of the west, we call you in, we invite you into this presence, into this room, this physical room where we are, and also the room that is larger than this room, where everyone is, where they are watching from, wherever they're watching from. We call in the energy of the west and the element of water, the element of the moon, the energy of emotions. We ask that we may surrender all that is no longer life to us. In the West is the place of surrender. It's the place of letting go. It's the place of release. Just as the sun sets in the West, we are willing to release whatever baggage we've been carrying around with us, whatever is time for us to release. We let it go now completely and with no regrets, knowing that we did the best we could in every moment that we've lived up until now. And that as we release what no longer is life to us, that we can return to the place of wisdom in the north with less baggage, with less emotions that are holding us back, less limiting beliefs, less trauma, so that we can move on to a time of perspective back into the north. Thank you. Oh. Now let's all face the altar. As we are creating this beautiful circle around us and we're facing the altar, which stands in the middle of us, we ignite this altar as we ignite the presence above us with the creator that exists above, the divine light, divine knowingness, light and love and healing and joy that comes down from above. We pull it down with us, down into our hearts, and ignite with the divine spark of divinity that exists within us and pull it up from the earth, acknowledging Father Sky and Mother Earth and us as the family of humanity that is a love child of these two forces, the forces above and the forces beneath our feet. We are a divine representation of these two forces. May we walk our lives on the earth with reverence, with respect, and with a knowledge that we are divine creators, that we create what we experience in the earth realm for good. Let us create for good. Thank you. Oh, all right. Thank you. Let's have a seat, and I'm just gonna listen to spirit. We're gonna do a little meditation. Just get comfortable, whatever way makes you feel good. I'm going to turn on a little music for people in the room, but people on the videos will have to create your own. Nope, no music. Okay, not doing music. I want you to turn your attention to your heart. Taking your awareness inside of your heart, focusing on divine love. Imagine what divine love feels like inside of your heart. With each breath, imagine that you are breathing in the frequency of divine love. And when you breathe out, imagine that you are breathing that divine love down into your body, into every cell. You're sending it down into the earth, creating a beautiful grounding cord, connecting you with your Earth Mother. So breathing in divine love, breathing it out, not only into the cells in your body, but down into Mother Earth. Creating this sort of root, like a tree root. And through this root, you can begin to imagine yourself releasing anything that you're ready to let go of. This could be a grudge that you have against someone, a judgment, a fear, a bit of anger, a difficult memory. Anything that you recognize, that you can identify, that holds you back from living your best life, that holds you back from feeling joy, from feeling completely in your body. Whether you can identify what it is or not, some people don't feel connected to their bodies or to their highest good, but they don't really know why. Just imagine that you are sending whatever that is down into the Mother Earth through this grounding root that's beginning either at the base of your spine or maybe in the bottom of your feet and going down into the earth. And Mother Earth is accepting whatever it is that you no longer need. And so with your breath, you're breathing in divine love. And divine love is identifying places in your energy field that need to be released. And that energy is going down into the earth. Today is a wonderful time of release, as it is kind of the midpoint between the full moon that we had on the 3rd and the new moon that we are going to have on the 18th. So it's maybe not exactly the middle of it, but we're right kind of in the middle. So it's a great time for releasing. so that anything that we are moving as we move through this one corridor, January 11th, in a 1 year, 2026, that we can release anything we don't want to take with us into this next cycle. You don't have to exactly know what it is, but if you do, all the better. So right now, just imagine that you're identifying one thing in your life that you would like to leave behind before we walk through this January 11th, 2026 corridor. And you can imagine that as if it had form or color, just releasing it into the Mother Earth. You can imagine it going down out of your body, the way I previously described, or you can imagine that there's an angel standing in front of you, hands outstretched, and you are giving it to them. You're giving it to the angel. If you have a favorite divine being of light that you associate with, imagine that one standing in front, arms outstretched, and you're giving them what it is you would like to release, even if you've had trouble releasing it before. This is the last little shedding of the skin of the snake. The year of the snake is about to be released, going into the year of the horse in February in Chinese astrology. This last little shedding. Just to invite you to take a moment, just identify what you're leaving behind. The what could be a who. Maybe there's a person you're leaving behind. Maybe your experience with them in this lifetime is done. You're saying either a fond farewell or not so fond farewell, but a release. Any areas of your life that have caused you any sort of harm, you're releasing that. Any areas where you've held yourself back. Where you've been afraid to take a step forward. Where you've been afraid to let go of something or someone or experience or even a job or a home or anything. You may feel areas of your body expressing what you're releasing. So you may cough, or you may feel something in your body releasing. Just an extra love to that part of your body where you're releasing. You may see a person's face that you want to release. They may be here, they may be still in physical form, they may be deceased. Just imagine sending them off with love. Saying, I send you off to your next adventure of life, whatever that is, with love. It may take a little time. You may have more than one person you want to release. You may have more than one situation. But before you move forward into this corridor of walking through into the next expression of your journey as a soul, it's important that you leave behind whatever is no longer healing, hopeful, joyful, and loving to you. And even if it's not an actual person, maybe it's an experience. Maybe it's a repetitive experience of life, like always feeling abandoned or always feeling excluded or always feeling unloved or unaccepted. Just inside of yourself, say, I release that pattern. You might want to say, I release it from every experience in this lifetime, in my ancestry, in my bloodline, anything that I've inherited, and anything that my soul has experienced outside of this particular incarnation. I release it through all time, all space, all dimensions. I'm ready to move forward. Just take a few moments to continue this, and in just a little bit, we will move on into welcoming in this new year, this new expression, this new frequency, walking in the light. You may be feeling conflicting emotions in relationship to what you're releasing, and that's okay. But for now, what I'd like for you to do is take those emotions, if they're heavy, if they're sad or angry or frustrated, all of those feelings, and lay them down. Give them to the angel so that you can move into this next corridor with joy and love and hope and freedom. You may decide to revisit those feelings later, but right now, in this moment, you're releasing them. You're deciding to give them to the angels. You're letting them go. Even things that seem unresolved, unsolved, unfinished. It's okay. For now, for right now, in this moment, you're releasing them to Mother Earth, to the angels, to your spirit guides, your divine helpers, or to your higher self. And imagine inside of yourself that you're stepping forward. Your soul is stepping forward into a new frequency. There's this divine shower of light, multicolored lights. It's not just white, it's beautiful yellows and reds and greens and blues and purples, pink, the color of universal love. Imagine that you see a rainbow of colors coming down from above. It's coming down in the form of liquid light. And that when you take the step forward, you are running yourself through the shower of light. And that when you get to the other side of the shower, there will be endless love, endless joy. You will be standing in the presence of the divine that is you, and the divine that is bigger than you, the divine that is inside of you, and the divine that is outside of you. So just take this moment and imagine walking through the shower of light, liquid light, and what it feels like when you walk through beyond it, where the sun is shining. You might see a rainbow in the sky. You might see the light. You might see beautiful clouds. You might see butterflies or flowers or other things that are significant to you. You might not see anything, and that's okay too. Go with what you feel. You might hear things. You might hear a song. You might smell something that reminds you of something. Allow all of your psychic senses to activate. And just imagine yourself standing in the presence of the divine. And in the presence of the divine, there is only love. There's only joy. There's only inclusion. We are all loved. We are all accepted. In the presence of the divine, I'm just going to listen a moment and see if Spirit has anything to say. You must not be distracted by what you see happening in the world around you. All of the things happening in the earth plane right now are a distraction from your mission. They are meant to keep you from remembering who you are and from existing in the frequency of divine love and joy. For you cannot witness the atrocities that are happening in the world. You cannot feel the emotions of rage and fear and all of the emotions that are being perpetrated right now and exist in the presence of the divine simultaneously. You cannot exist in the frequency of love when you are being tossed to and fro by these distractions. This is not to say they aren't important distractions, that they aren't important issues that need to be addressed. This is not to say that at some point you will not need to stand up and let your voices be heard and stand up against the atrocities. But when you do so in the frequency of love and healing and joy. Make sure that you are not motivated by anger. And that you consistently return to the place of joy and love and seeing the earth plane as a place of peace and inclusion and love. For if you are to bring about a change in the earth, you must do so by acknowledging that you are the light, you are the divine, and that you are anchoring in the light as the world is going through this transition and this time of darkness. Don't become discouraged. Stand in the light. Walk into this new corridor. Be the force of healing and joy and love and hope. See the solution from the other side. Imagine a world of peace. Imagine humanity on a planet of peace, loving one another, feeding one another, assisting one another. And not only the other humans, but the other animals, the other life forms on the earth and in the water and in the sky, living in a place of harmony. An artist cannot create a painting of love and happiness and flowers and sunshine if all they've ever seen is rain and darkness and ice and snow. You must keep a vision of what you would like to create inside of your heart and not be distracted, because you are divine creators. Be ready to walk out of this room, out of this gathering, into the world, bringing forth peace, bringing forth love, love for all. There is hope. There is reason for hope. Change does not come overnight. Stand steady. Anchor in the energy of love. Love the other humans that live around you and the animals and the earth. Listen to the song of laughter and love in your heart. And assist others when you can. Believe in miracles. When you don't know how a solution is going to come, that is when the divine activates and brings forth miracles that you never considered. There are times when you will be called to participate in group activities to promote peace and to manifest a better world. You must only do it in a peaceful way and a joyful way. Be the peace you wish to see in the world. Now that we're on the other side of that shower of colorful light that Spirit had us walking through, I want you to imagine what your best life looks like. Not something that you have to strive for, not a goal you need to chase after. Imagine yourself living your best life, feeling joy, laughing, enjoying your life. Imagine that all the things that you desire in your life that you don't now see or experience, imagine that you're on the other side of it. Imagine that everything that you've been trying to do or trying to experience that has seemed to run away from you, imagine that you now have that thing or that person or that experience, and that you're looking back on it as if it's a memory, but not a memory because you don't have it anymore, but a memory because you remember what it was like before you did. Take a moment and feel that. Feel the joy of having everything that you ever desired or ever wanted. And by everything, that could be things, it could be people, it could be experiences. And don't necessarily imagine specific people, but imagine having people in your life who love you, who accept you, who you feel joyful around. Living your best life. Imagine what that feels like. What does that feel like? Or everything you always wanted, you now have. And I invite you to take that into your world. Sit and exist in that feeling every single day. You might not even be able to think of individual specific things, but just the feeling of having everything that you ever desired, having the best life you could ever imagine, amongst people that you love and people that love you. Everything is provided. There's no lack, there's no scarcity. Imagine what that feels like. In this circle of light, there's only love.